Let's talk about Fitbit accessibility. Hi everyone, this is Carrie on Accessibility, where we talk about technology and accessibility. Fitbit has quite a few different fitness trackers, but not too much in way of accessibility. They don't come with a built-in screen reader, and only a few devices have magnification. So let me show you how to use it, how to turn it on, and my experience with it. I've been using a Google Pixel Watch 4 for a while, but one drawback is I have to charge it every night or every other night. So I really wanted to try the Fitbit devices since their battery life is more towards a week, and that sounded really good. After a bit of research, I found out that the Fitbit Charge 6 and the Fitbit Versa 4 are one of the only devices with magnification. So I went ahead and got them to check it out for myself. Let's look at the Charge 6 first. One thing that I immediately noticed is there's no actual physical button, and the screen is quite small, which on a design level is really nice. However, when you're low vision, really small screen can be challenging. If you have magnify on, you can triple tap on the screen to activate it. I noticed that it's not super sensitive and I have to do it multiple times, but once you're zoomed in, you can just use one finger to move around or tap one finger to turn off the magnification. I kept triple pressing to try to turn off magnification because I'm so used to how it is on Android. Unlike Android, you can't triple tap, hold, and drag to make it faster for reading. You really just need to use one finger and drag it around with just that one finger. You also can't use two fingers like you can on Android, which that's a good thing because the screen is really small and trying to use two fingers on it is not fun. When I magnify on an area with smaller text, the zoom function is just not enough for me. Back on the clock face, to enable magnification, you'll want to swipe down from the top, scroll all the way up to the top, which is settings. And from here, you're going to scroll all the way down. The last one is restart device, then device info, and the one right above that is magnify. And so you'll just want to turn that on or off, depending on what you'd like. You can scroll down and there is a zoom ratio. You can do 2 or 3. Let's try that again. Let's go back to where we were. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is actually a little bigger. And, oh, look, I can see the battery life. So this could be a little better, but it's still, I don't know. I'm so used to the bigger watches that I just don't know if I would get used to this. But this at least is better. I like the 3X. That is a lot better than the 2X. Let's move on to the Versa 4 and see if there are any other options. Maybe text size options and magnification. That would be pretty cool. Here is the Versa 4, and we can also do a 1, 2, 3 tap here and magnify. Now, the thing is with the Versa, there is no text size settings. And so you're just kind of stuck with whatever Fitbit has, the default. So let's see, right here, this text is just small. Now you can do that triple tap and move around like that. But what I noticed is this triple tap is a little finicky, and both on the Charge 6 and on this, it's just not as responsive as the Pixel Watch. So here you can see some text is just really small. That's the default. So So right then I tried, what was that, 2 or 3 times before it registered. And just this overall text is too small, and there is no text size settings again on either the Charge 6 or the Fitbit Versa 4. This is just really, really sad. Let's go to settings. And you can see here, there's a lot of text in the settings. At the very bottom, it's shut down, and I can't remember what the last option is, but right before that should be magnification. You can enable it, disable it, choose 2x or 3x. So let's try 2x. 1, 2, 3. And this is what 2x looks like. 1, 2, 3. And we'll tap on 3x now, and that's what this looks like. Another issue that I've found is that the brightness is not always great. It seems to always have a auto brightness feature, because every time I put my face close to the screen, it dims, and I haven't been able to figure out a way to just keep it at a single brightness setting. So this is just in contrast. This is my Pixel Watch 4, and this one is very responsive with the triple tap, and I can triple tap and hold and drag around, which makes reading a lot easier. So the text is overall much larger because it has text size options. Things are just larger and easier to see generally on this. The thing is that the battery life is not great on the Pixel Watch 4. I mean, it lasts me all day, but compared to the Versa, which is just so much lighter, it really is so much smaller. You can feel the difference in the weight and the thickness right here. This is very thick. There's also a bold setting for the Pixel Watch, and so that's also really nice. And I guess now that I think about it, I do often use the 2-finger tap and double tap for the vibration watch. So it's just the battery. I have to charge it all the time, and it's just pretty bulky. I guess I did get the largest screen. I wanted to get a Fitbit to reduce the charging and just kind of simplify things, because honestly, I don't use all the functions on my Pixel Watch. But now that I've given it a try, I think I'll just honestly stay with the Pixel Watch. These two fitness trackers didn't end up working for me, so I did end up returning them. However, if you just need a bit of magnification and you don't need it as large as I do, this is still a good option. Of course, still do your own research on the rest of the device. This was just my accessibility experience. That's it for now. If you liked this video and thought it was helpful, give it a thumbs up below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And if you want to support the channel and the work that I do, consider becoming a YouTube or Patreon member. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.